Hey Heather, how you doing?
Hey, good. How are you?
Good, I'm doing great. Yeah, so welcome to the success interviews that I do. I don't want to take up much of your time, but I just like to, obviously interview clients who are like doing really well with us and have seen a lot of success. And I just want to go over like a couple questions with you. You started with us January 22nd. Okay, that was the exact day that you started onboarding. And since January 22nd, so we got 19,000 in spend on Google to 848 purchases and 182K in revenue on Google, which is a 9.5 ROAS. That's crazy. Meta, 37K in spend, 169K in revenue, 737 purchases, and a 4.56. And then we recently just integrated email. And then last week, from April 9th to the 15th, okay, we have to get the new stats for this week, but we did 5,300 bucks in just email revenue alone. And then the flows generated 78% and the campaigns 21.6%, which is awesome. So for anybody who's listening to this, tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do, and more about the business.
So I'm Heather from Kindly Camera Bags, and I launched my business about 3 years ago. And we are in the business to help photographers really just feel confident and cute with the gear that they are using and wearing. There just aren't enough cute camera bags in the world, so I just
Mhm.
thought I need to start something where photographers can feel pretty and in style while they're shooting and feel more confident.
You've been running this business for a couple of years now. Like when you were doing marketing on your own, was it something where you were getting the results you're getting now or no?
When I first started, it was all like I was grinding, just doing everything myself. It was all just basically through Instagram and trying to get it out. I gave bags to photographers so they could help me get the word out. So it was basically all, just organic, which was working well. But once I started doing the ads and stuff, it was just crazy how much it grew.
So when you first started running ads, did you get it off the ground yourself or did you have like another company that did it right off the rip?
No, so I hired another company before you guys, and they helped me kind of get everything going with the ads and emails and stuff. Because I really just, I mean, I was a brand photographer and videographer, so I just really didn't know how to do any of this stuff. So the other company, we did well with them, but and I actually didn't really have any intention of switching over to anyone, but my friend was just talking about you guys. So I looked you up, noticed, obviously a lot of followers. You had a lot of people who had talked about their success stories. And then one of the main things is that you didn't charge commissions. So
Mhm.
with my other company, just by the time they were scaling and we were spending a ton of money in ads and they were taking commissions, and it was just a lot of money in the end.
Yeah.
So I just thought I'm going to try this because
Yeah,
when
I
it's
mean
hard.
a lot of advertising companies do rev shares, but we've noticed that we keep clients longer when we let them take their extra revenue and just like put it back into the business.
Yeah,
Because then they can obviously scale their spend faster. They can afford maybe some extra softwares that we recommend to them, or they want to get more videos done. Like they can actually reinvest back in the business and then be able to scale further with us. So it was just this thing where, like, yeah, would it have been great to do rev shares? Of course. But then it's like the client knows at the end of the month, they're like, damn, I have to give them this sliver. And like they weren't with me since day one to get the sliver.
yeah,
Kind of like this weird taste in their mouth. And then I was like, we're just gonna do retainer based and we'll just keep clients longer, just have better like success managers and be able to give them more of a better service.
yeah, and that's huge, like just huge, to
Yeah,
not
you
to not
weren't
be taking that
you
piece.
weren't doing email before, right?
Yeah, we were.
You were okay, but you weren't using Clavia. What were you using?
Yeah, we were using Clavio. We just kind
Okay.
of, you guys helped us to easily switch over to you guys. It was an easy
Okay.
switch.
Like as far as like Facebook and Google years ago, did you see like were you just one platform or were you on both originally?
I think we started with Facebook and then added Google after that.
So Facebook was the proof of concept, and then Google came after that. Now that was probably mostly retargeting. Like Google Shopping is doing well for us right now because we have good SEO targeted, and then we have also brand retargeting. On top of that, like your conversion rates are really good. Plus
Yeah,
your AOV is good too. I feel like AOV was one of the biggest numbers that we had to lift because it is going to cost you more to get a customer with the products that you do have. But
yeah,
you're going to be more scalable if you have that extra amount of like smidge coming from the AOV.
yeah.
Yeah, we didn't take a rev share. You were with a company for how long were you with them? Like 2 years, 3 years?
I'm trying to remember. I think it may have only been a year or maybe a little over a year because we
Okay.
didn't start with ads. Like we've only been in business 3 years.
That's like really hard to leave a commitment like that. So
Yeah.
honestly, I appreciate that. That's awesome that you did switch over. There's a lot of people that are like working with a current company right now, and they might not know that they're like getting good results or not. So like, what do you look for in good results other than just like your return on ad spend? Like, yeah, that's a very important number, but like, what else are you looking for from a team that was missing from the other one?
Honestly, it was mainly commission. I think
Okay.
like money in our pocket in the end is what we want. Like you can scale it and have these high numbers for, yeah, we generated this much in revenue, but if the percentage going into my pocket is a lot lower than that, then it's not helpful for us.
Yeah,
So
no.
does that make sense?
Yeah, no, of course. Yeah. No, I mean that's definitely something that we've seen just doing this for 7 years now is that like we could give clients more support and we can give them more services and add-ons, but like at the end of the day, if they don't make the ROI, then like they could care less about the other add-ons. Where it's like it's a simple business for us to be in where it's like, hey, we put X amount of money into ads, we have to get more than a 4X back. Like we just have to because then as in inflation goes up and
Yeah.
now we got these tariffs, like all these things are going on, and it's like we need to be able to give these clients like what I call the golden gap. So they have to have high enough of a ROAS for them to be able to go through economic trends and whatnot so they don't ever, fail.
Yeah.
After doing this for 3 years, let's say somebody's like a new ecom store owner. Okay. They're starting to get into the ecom space. Like, what's your three biggest pieces of advice to them? Like, I know you're in a different niche, but like, what three things should they be looking for as far as logistics? Maybe you know things about suppliers that other people should know, or their budgeting and their marketing dollars. Like, what are like three big tips that you would give them?
I mean, what I did is I found my niche. I worked hard to push it organically first. I mean, you have to have somewhat of an audience, in my opinion, before you start running, putting a lot of money into ads. And so I just really pushed that organic side of things. I mean, I just as a photographer, videographer, I just didn't know how to do all the stuff you guys do. And
Mhm.
I just honestly didn't want to. Like I just don't have the energy as a business owner. I mean, I was shipping stuff out of my basement like by myself. My husband and kids were helping me some, but I was just like, it was an absolute grind. But once we got off the ground, and now like that I'm having you guys do my ads, it feels like kind of passive. I'm having somebody ship my stuff now, which was huge, like to hand that off. I mean, I basically got my life back after that,
That's great.
and then having you guys do my marketing, and I now have somebody doing my customer service helping me with that. And so now I'm able to be more creative, which is my favorite part of the business because I'm a photographer. The
Yeah.
creativity, designing the bags and working with my manufacturer, that part to me is fun. The other stuff isn't fun for me.
Yeah. No, I
So I think
get
like
it.
with
Yeah.
marketing and stuff, if you don't like doing something, it's just going to be, your business is just going to be exhausting. Like you're not going to want to do it anymore because it's hard. Like it's really hard to keep going with a business wearing all the hats, but being able to hand it off to somebody like you, that you guys are experts in what you do. Like it's just so nice to know that those things are being done on the background while I'm able to watch the revenue grow, and it's awesome.
Great. Well, I appreciate that. And then the last question that I always ask is, we're in April. So like, what is your goal towards December with us? Like, what is your end of year revenue goal?
I don't have one yet. I
No? Okay. Well, if
um
we're at, so, okay. So maybe we should have some type of target.
yeah, well, what can you do for me? Why don't you tell me that?
So if we've done, let me just do the math. I mean, we've done about 340-ish, 350-ish. Do you do any wholesaling too on the side?
We have started to think about that, but we don't yet.
Okay. So if we're at 330 in 4 months, 3 months-ish, because we're April 24th now, so that's 4 months into the year. We take that number times it by three. We should be able to shoot for like 1.2, 1.3. I think that's realistic.
Okay.
I think that'd be sick. So yeah.
Yeah.
And then so far, crazy enough, the email revenue, I had Nambi send me numbers, but 22% of your revenue since January 23rd has been from email. So 74 grand is attributed to Clavia, which is insanity. So that's great.
Yeah.
All right, Heather. Well, I appreciate your time. Appreciate you coming on. I'll send this to the team and whatnot. They always love seeing the success of their bringing clients. And yeah, if they want to find out more about you, like where can they go on Instagram or direct them to the website and etc.
Yeah. You'll find us Kindly Camera Bags on Instagram, and kindlycamerabags.com is our website.
Well, I appreciate your time, Heather. I'll let you go and have a great rest of your Thursday.
Thanks so much.
All right.
Bye.